What is up? What is up? How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing amazing. Ty, how are you tonight?
Not too bad.
I do want to say one thing. Al, every single time I see the intro in your prison photo in your NWUs on the bottom corner and the one that they show in the beginning of the show, man, that just makes me laugh so much.
Pick that out. Tell her I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It was her favorite one.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it be? Everybody likes a bad boy, but I think that's funny because it don't even look like you, I think.
That's sad. It hurts. It really kind of hurts my heart.
You don't have the no shape chin in it, dude, and that's what it is.
Shh. Fuck that.
So what did you guys do this week? Anything important? Anything special? Anything go on?
I went and hung out with the Air Force and seen how the other side lived up in Whiteman Air Force Base in old Knob Noster.
Aptly named, by the way.
Fuck those guys, bro. They got it made. I'm so fucking pissed I joined the Navy. If my ASVAB score would have been like, I don't know, 12 points higher, bro, life would have been a whole lot different, dude.
I got a chance to go up to Dallas, man, to help my brother-in-law fix his roof. Out in the sun, good bonding time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That
It was hot.
horrible.
It was hot. It was horrible, but that's when you got to come through when it's rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah.
Well, why, man? I was pretty boring then. I just worked. I don't know. We just worked.
But we're back. Man.
However, Ty, what'd you do this week? You probably made a lot of money, right? Helped a lot of veterans find homes.
Yeah, that's what I go for. But what I was trying to get at is that comedy show we all went to last week.
Oh,
man,
the weekend.
that was the weekend, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Man.
I mean, it was since the last show within the last week. My bad.
That shit was badass.
Well, since you bring it up, man, that was
time.
you know what? It gets the
More fire!
It's the more fire tab for that. Comedy
Nice.
show was a blast, man. We had a good time, man. The comments was good.
I'm never
Yeah.
staying at Matt Johnson's again. I'm staying with DJ Royal T, or I'm staying with Ty because fucking Matt's ass don't sleep. This motherfucker don't eat. He just gets up and works. I'm like, nah, this ain't for me, bro.
The only joke there was Albert.
First of all,
Is that your boy, Josh Morris?
Yeah, oh Josh, don't me bring out your hey motherfucker. I'll bring out the damn your high school picture. Keep talking shit. It's in here somewhere.
Chase White's talking shit too. Y'all made Hero look too pretty on his animation you're using.
Shut your ass.
Saying you're not a handsome dude.
He knows I'm handsome. Ask his sister. Oh, here we go. Look, can y'all see that? Little Josh Morris in high school while he's talking all that shit, looking like little Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, he does. Adam Sandler.
You know what? I'm a little concerned that you had his picture from high school in your desk drawer.
What do you think I masturbate to? I got pictures of you too, bro.
Oh, let me see him.
You don't want to see those.
They're probably stuck
We
together,
can't put
right?
those-
That's the
we'll
one
be
you
canceled.
use the most.
Hey, we'll be canceled tomorrow, bro, if I put them pictures out.
All right, so I got a message here from Caitlin Fight. It says, I'm only watching this because I got bullied by my husband. So I guess it's time to bring on the guest so she can see her husband.
The man
So,
of the hour.
There you go. Yeah.
So our guest this week is a guy named J. Alberto Fait. I served with him in the Army back in, I think I met him in 2004. We deployed to Afghanistan together and then Iraq again in 2007 for one of those 15-monthers. So he has a lot of insight on me as a leader, I guess. And then he has a lot of insight because he's a licensed clinical social worker. I'm probably more proud of this dude as anybody that I ever worked with in the Army, just because of, well, there's reasons, but I'll let him get into that. Hey, without further ado, let me welcome J. Alberto Fait. We all call him Berto.
There.
Hey, guys.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for the kind intro, Ty.
Yeah, well, that's the least I could do, right?
I didn't know you had it in you.
To be nice?
Yeah.
I mean, look, okay. Introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about your service and everything, and then I want you to tell these guys what it was like working with me. But
Yeah, it's where all my trauma comes from working with you. No, I'm
I
kidding.
don't doubt it. I mean, people that work with me, there's a lot of them that had to become therapists just to get over that shit.
Yeah, that's exactly why I became a therapist.
Right.
So I was originally born in Costa Rica. I'm a bicentennial baby, born in 1976, moved to the States in 1980. Kind of floated around through school and stuff. And when 9/11 happened, I was actually on the Woodrow Wilson Bridge and actually saw the plane that hit the Pentagon. And I had family working there, and I had family working at the World Trade Center. So needless to say, I wanted some revenge, and I wanted to commit some violent acts. And so I joined the Army. On top of that, I was drag racing and doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff. So I figured the Army walks everywhere. So it sounds like a good plan considering I had a revoked license at the time.
I never knew that. You had a revoked license when you first came in?
Hell yeah, dude.
A recruiter's dream.
Army
first-
takes anybody, bro.
Damn right. And so what happened is I went on my first deployment, and lo and behold, no points. So I got to get my license back. But yeah, no, I joined up in 03, got to go to Fort Benning. I guess now it's, I don't even know the new name, Fort Moore, I guess. Did basic training there. And then I went to Fort Gordon, which I think is now Eisenhower. Graduated there, top of my class, got assigned to 716th Military Police Battalion. And I was supposed to go. Yep. And I was supposed to go to 101st MP Company, which is where I think you were at when I first got to Campbell. But with my interview with the S3 Sergeant Major, they decided to pull me and keep me in HHD.
So why is that, Berto? Why would somebody pull you after meeting you for the first 15, 20 minutes? Why would somebody pull you to their company?
Oh, my 201 file was stellar. I was a distinguished honor grad. The only thing that sucked was my running. So
yeah, I used to get all over this guy for talking too much to officers. Like I think he was a PFC when I first met him, and he would wax poetic with officers for hours, and I would be like, Berto, you're telling those lieutenants entirely too much information. You're going to get them in trouble. But he kept on briefing them. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Berto.
No. And I did. I got Lieutenant Brewer, Captain Brewer in trouble various times. I mean, we got told that he was never allowed to go to a jock meeting, and they preferred for me to go. So there you go.
Yeah, well, that was, you had a very good knowledge of everything going on too. So I won't hold that against the old Sigo there. All right. So what happened after you got to 716th?
It was interesting. I was 27, and yet I was the youngest person in the shop. So that was definitely interesting, and the lowest ranking at that point. I had various specialists at that point telling me to slow the hell down, stop shining my damn boots, stop pressing my uniform, because I was outshining everybody. And the big thing, like you said before,
right? Please don't do a good job. Just continue to stay in the back.
You're a level of shit bag.
Yeah. And so, like Ty was saying, right? Like I had no shame. I did not care who you were or what rank you were. If I needed to talk to you, I would talk to you, and that's how I got a lot of things done. So working in the 6 shop, I learned very quickly that I had a lot of freedom. So I was able to go to like the division headquarters and go hang out for an hour or two, and then come back with all the intel of everything that was about to happen in the next 30 days or so. So we would jump on stuff, and we never got gigged for any of that stuff. And so I remember more than once Ty coming up to me going like, "You went to image 2 computers. Why the fuck are you back in 3 hours later?" I'm like, "Well, did you know that this is happening? This is happening. This is happening?" And like, "No, well, now you know. So now we need to develop a plan."
All right. You're forgiven for that one.
Yeah.
You can go eat now.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
Right,
so go ahead.
So what's when was your first deployment? It was the 2005 in Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, December 04 to December 05.
So what was it like? What was it like joining the military at 27 and then having to start deploying and completely changing your lifestyle? I mean, I know you very well, so I know your lifestyle changed, but talk about like how your lifestyle changed after coming into the military, like the good things, bad things. And shout out to First Sergeant Lonnie Lochner. Thanks for listening, buddy.
Oh, hey, Lonnie. It was no big change, man. The way I've described the deployment minus all the firefights and shit was honestly, it was Boy Scouts for adults, man. We were doing stupid shit. Waiting had just come out, so people were showing their nutsacks all over the place. You know what I mean? Like,
sign me up. Sign me up.
I think Al Hero would have probably fit very well into our unit. He was a bit crude like the rest of us.
Berto, I got really small nuts, bro. But they
Hold
say
on.
the smaller the potato, the bigger that steak looks, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
You would have fit in great in our smoke pit / near beer drinking parties at the Armory.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ty, you forgot to say pause when you said that, because you said you think that Al Hero would fit really nice in your unit. What are you talking about, bro? You got to.
Oh, my fault. My fault, maybe, guys. I'm talking Army talk right now.
You got to say pause.
into our unit.
No, we know you're talking Army talk. That's why he's asking.
That's why I'm asking.
You got Ty.
Yeah, so the unit. Yeah, I got you.
You got Navy guys on, bro. When you mentioned the word unit, we all get excited, get all glossy-eyed and shit. We're like, oh, it's like our first deployment with all the guys.
What are you talking about?
Your deployments are nothing but a cruise, Al. Come on now.
Yeah.
I've never been on a ship, but I'd love to get on with all those sexy lady boys. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, speaking of pillow, there's Spencer Pillow right now.
Oh, Pillow.
Thanks for listening, P. Master P.
Uh-huh.
We had a pretty interesting 15-month deployment there.
Hey, man, my man Hector Gomez is on here, too. Hector
Yeah,
Gomez
Hector,
is a
shout out.
legend, man.
Hey, and Dan McKinnon, bro. Oh, Dan, bro. He's talking shit already about us being second place. Whatever, bro.
You misspelled has-beens.
Hey, look at this profile picture, bro. Got his shirt off, sucking in his gut, looking all baby oiled up and shit.
Punctuation matters. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Not in the civilian world. We're not, writing evals, none of that no more. It doesn't matter. They misspell everything in the civilian world.
I haven't used correct punctuation since I left college, dude.
Nobody's even asked me
You
about
went
it.
to college, you joined the Army? That's fucked up. You must have went to JOCO, or what do they call it? A little junior college. Where'd you go, Berto? Where'd you go to school, brother?
I went to Austin Peay State University out at outside of Fort Campbell.
Nice. Okay, you went to a real school. Shout out to all my Trident, and Phoenixes. On the car, right?
So you mentioned Austin Peay. Speak on that for a minute. You started taking classes before you even got out of the military, right?
No, actually, our old fueler, Tim George, gave me the best advice that I ever got, man. He said, take a year off, dude. Don't do shit. And thanks to Obama, man, I got to extend that for a full year. I got out in Halloween of 2010, and I started school that following August. And shouts
out to Obama.
Hell yeah. Let me stay at home for a year. Yeah, so basically, actually, I was on my way to see you. You were coming back from a deployment. You were at Wismar, and I coordinate with your wife, and I drove out there in a little 2.5-liter BMW Z4.
Oh, I remember that surprise, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, baller. You spent all your BH on that shit.
You should see the car that I drive now.
Shit.
Yeah, I just got rid of a 2018 Honda Civic Type R, and I bought a BMW M Roadster.
Damn, bro.
Oh, we're going to talk about why he buys all these crazy cars. So I'll tell you. So I worked with Berto, I guess, starting 2004, and he had the first car that I remember him having when he was in the Army was an Acura TL, right?
CL
CL. So I remember driving on I-24 in ridiculous speeds. I hope the statute of limitations is gone on that, but yeah, I remember you being a great driver. So what's up with the VetMotorSports? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, hold on. Let's back up and let me finish the Austin Peay story, and then we'll get into VetMotorSports. So at EJ Kessering, who was a lieutenant with us when we deployed, he was a captain in Colorado doing ROTC, I think. And he and I were talking as I was on my way to see you, and he was like, dude, what do you miss about the Army? And I was like, dude, helping Joes get to their goals and getting to wherever they need to be. So he's like, have you considered social work? I was like, no, man, that sounds like some bullshit job. So I started doing some research, and I realized, oh, this is exactly what I want to do. There's a lot of flexibility here. So while I was at Austin Peay, I co-founded the Tennessee Patriot Fund. And that was a nonprofit that helped veterans and get them connected. So we took the NCO approach. Like, you didn't know where to go, no problem. We grabbed you by the scruff. We took you where you needed to be. We put you in contact with the right people. And that's what we did. And then soon after I started that, I got approached by the president of the university to expand the food pantry. When the food pantry started at Austin Peay, it was a 2x4 closet. By the time I left, we had taken over a frat house. We had some acreage on a 400-acre farm to provide fresh food. We had chickens. We had like, it was nuts, man. Like it was an amazing experience for sure, and it definitely tapped into a lot of the stuff that I was learning in social work school. And then for the job that I wanted, I couldn't do it with a bachelor's, so I went ahead and got my master's at Austin P as well. And then now I'm a licensed clinical social worker since 2019. Now for VetMotorSports, I got an email from a county VSO. They said that there was this organization that was willing to put vets in cars, and so I signed up. I went to the event, realized they were based out of Ohio. And I talked to the CEO after the event, and I was like, "Bro, what? Why are you flying people from Ohio to California? I'm here. Let's do something." Within 30 days, I was flying out to Texas, learning how to run an event, and then I started running my own events. And as of last year, I'm the West Coast Chief Operating Officer for VetMotorSports. So basically, thank you.
So the VetMotorSports, we've had a couple of the Houston reps. I don't know their names right now, but they've come out and done some stuff with our VFW here. And I love the program. I love watching it. I've not been able to be a part of it yet, but I think it's great therapy, like any type of therapy that you can get for veterans in order to get some of that adrenaline, the preparedness that you have to be for it. I think that plays right into what a veteran likes.
Yeah. Y'all giving free shit away? Y'all giving free cars away?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm down on my luck, bro. I'm behind on child support. I'm down on my luck, bro. I got some free cars, bro.
I can be like Tyrone and give you a ride. How about that?
Hey,
there you go.
I'll write you a post-dated check for the gas money, bro.
That's all right. That's why you're getting your hat February 31st, bro.
Damn, that hurts. Damn. And I'm gonna be in Cleveland snapping somebody's daughter if I don't get my shit back.
Yeah. Hey, it wouldn't be right if we didn't slow down, man, because you said something that was very important that I think that's very important to come out, man, that you went back and you got your master's, man. Shouts out to you for that, bro.
Oh, thank you.
You slid that real quick. The bachelor didn't work, so I went back and got my master's, and then I started doing car. Can't fly by that, man. That's a positive achievement, man. Hey.
So for about 10 years, I guess I was at Fort Campbell, and I think Berto was with me for 6 or 7 of those years. And anytime I needed any class taught, I knew who to talk to, because he could literally teach something out of his pocket. He could pull it out of his ass and make it sound great, because he was just that knowledgeable about all the things that was under our purview. But also, he enjoyed doing that shit too. I think him being on the podium, that's where he belongs. So I'm super proud of this dude for doing what he's doing and helping veterans like he's doing, because, I remember Berto the soldier, and I remember how awesome he was, but I also knew that he was capable of so much more than just being, some lower enlisted E4. Not that that's a bad thing, but this dude, I'm telling you, hats off to you, brother. I'm more proud of you than I've been of anybody that I've ever served with. I love you. So thanks for being my first guest on our show, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an honor. I had no idea.
Yeah, the
first
too,
man.
You don't want to be
first 4 episodes we just talked about ourselves.
Well, Berto, the way we did it was we had face shots of everybody, and your beard reminded me of somebody that I know. So I was like, shit, that's number one.
It's all about the beard, dude.
It was a murder board.
Yeah.
Like many of
us, I didn't get enough gray.
Yeah. Like many of us, the day that I signed out of the unit, I decided I'm never putting a razor to my face.
There you go.
Just to your head.
Yeah, just to your head. That's what I was
I don't even shave my head, man. I use clippers.
There you go. I'm with you on that too.
Mm-hmm.
You must got those Andes. You got those good ones, man.
Mm-hmm.
I use clippers on my back, and my chest, and my pubes. So we're in the same boat, bro. We're there.
Pillow says Mayor Berto.
Did you duct tape it to a selfie stick to get the crack in?
I did.
Yeah.
I actually had one of my kids hold the flashlight. Like, son, this is what you here for. Stop trying. Hold the fucking light. Stop. Wipe the tears out your face. Let me hold my leg up. You hold this light.
So you saying that yard work is the only reason you had kids?
You damn right.
So Berto, what do you have any funny stories of like losing equipment or anything like that, or let's not mention any names. I don't want to piss a certain person off.
All I know is we're supposed to get a tattoo, and that never happened. I don't even remember the damn serial number, man.
118999.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, 11899 or 118999. I can't remember.
See, you don't even know. You don't even
It's
know.
11899.
All the numbers was in it though.
You know why you
Pillow
don't know?
will say it. Pillow knows it.
Because you ain't get the statement of charges. That's why you don't know.
Well, that's because I wasn't signed for that stuff. That was that other dude that we will not mention his name.
Right.
No, I'm not talking about G either. I'm not talking about G. I'm talking about the other dude.
The other dude. So, hey, Bert, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
This guy Ty right here.
Mm-hmm.
Was he always this mellow and calm while he served, or was he a badass? Like, we need to know, man, because all I get is this.
Bro.
I get this nice teddy bear helping everybody type of guy.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that he was kick ass. You know what I mean?
It's a front, dog. It's a front.
Oh, okay.
This dude, listen, if you walked into an office and there was trash in the center, you knew to get the fuck out quick. This dude was on a tirade.
Oh, wow.
Hey, can we talk about the orange door?
Let's talk about the orange door.
I don't know.
No, let's
No.
talk about the orange door.
No.
What? Nah, we talking about
No.
the door, bro. It's too late.
Are you talking about breaking my hand?
Yeah.
Or no, it's
That's
not.
out the bag, Ty. Hey, go ahead.
Enough
Berto.
said. Enough
It's your
said.
episode, Berto. You tell us about the orange door.
Man, I don't even remember what the hell happened because it was right. I think it was right after we had done Pimp My Office. So we did a video just fucking around, right? Just Army soldiers. And we had this dude, what was his name? Bobo is what we called him?
Oh, yeah, Terry Faust.
Yeah, Terry Faust. And he redid Ty's office completely, man, like L shape and freaking cabinetry and all this stuff. This dude did amazing work. And soon after that, the dipshit twins that we were kind of chatting behind the scenes about pissed Ty off, and he stormed off, man, and he just straight jabbed the shit out of that orange door. To this, I think to this day you can't do a push-up, right? You got to have a closed fist.
Well, yeah. That's how I initially got hurt, but it actually, I don't know if you remember, but Daniels was out there messing with some BFTs, and he closed my hand, the same hand, in a door. So my hand got closed in a door with the BFT. So it actually got broke like door, 7 times or something, 7 bones. I mean, but yeah.
You punched the door and the door punched you back, bro.
I punched the door because I was yelling at Berto, or I don't remember who I was yelling at. Somebody, but
the door slammed on you because you punched the door. That was
exactly.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Something like that. Yeah. Right near the beach. Boy.
How do we win?
Hey, Uncle, I'm here. Whose uncle is Mariah Still Standing Phillips?
You know whose niece that is. That's mine, man.
Okay, gotcha.
She belongs to me.
So Al, are you about to ask how are we winning wars while we're pimping offices?
I want to know how the fuck are we out here winning wars and killing terrorists, and the army's over here playing fuck games and
punching doors.
For one, somebody painted the door orange. I'm confused on that already.
You don't want
signal.
They're
because you ain't part of the signal corps.
That's all right. You just got disinvited from the fire pit.
Damn, that's fucked up.
We don't talk about the orange door. No closed doors.
But what was it like though?
Working with you?
Yeah.
Bro, it was confusing at times, to be honest, man. Like sometimes you were high, sometimes you were low. And man, every time somebody fucked up, you were getting taped where I was getting taped. Like it was some bullshit, man.
Yeah. I had a smart mouth, so a lot of times I would piss the wrong people off and I would get taped. But Lonnie Lochner, he was my first sergeant. He's on here. Tell him about the rocket. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you right now. That name, Lonnie Lochner, that's a gangster name, bro.
That's a gangster dude. Yeah. He's about 6'3", I don't know, 250 something pounds, can lift about 800. He's a beast.
That's me. Bro, I'll be like,
hey, Lonnie, send me some pics, bro. That sounds hot. You got some pics? Share some pics, bro. I like big
stuff,
dudes.
That's some stuff like Rick James would say, like Lonnie.
Oh, Spencer called me bipolar. Good Lord. I've never been called that before, but yeah, I'll take it.
It was in a good way.
I do believe your NCR said that you were abrasive at times.
Yeah, I could be abrasive. I could be abrasive.
Yeah.
So now you guys have known each other how many years now?
Since 2004. So
Yeah,
going
so
on 20
19
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still friends. Still
Yep.
keep in touch.
So let me ask you guys this, for both of you. What's the one thing that you guys remember the most about serving together? What's that one thing that I think you guys, what's the one thing that if you had to say, this is what I remember the most, what would it be?
For me,
Yeah, both
was getting him prepped to go to the Tagab Valley with the Special Forces guys. That's the biggest thing I remember. Him, because he was going to go out on this mission. I was the S6 NCOIC. They needed somebody that was competent, so him and a bunch of other badass leaders from 716th were going out to do like a jump talk, and we needed somebody that could handle their business. And at the time in Afghanistan, he could handle his business, so I had few options, but he was the man. So he set up the entire truck, went out with them, and that was the best time for me.
Damn.
Yeah, actually, I almost got recruited from SF because of that mission.
Oh, people used to hate on you all the time because of that SF patch you wore, or the combat patch you had. People hated on him all the time.
Hey, Berto,
You're jealous.
you look like you kick some ass, man. You look like you can kick some ass, bro. I know some ass kickers when I see it. You look like you can kick some ass. I don't know if you hot wings or cold pizza, man, but you look like you hot wings.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
I got a story for that. So we had these guys that everybody's always lifting when they got back off missions, and so we had these guys who were like, "Oh, I'm up to 325, I'm up to 330, blah blah blah," and everybody would, I don't know, talk shit to Berto or whatever. And Berto was like, "Hey, Ty, come on, let's go to the gym." So we went to the gym, and he, like, no sweat, he put up, was it 305 or something?
Yep.
Like, he put up 305, and then doing research for this show, I found this picture. Now, I didn't ask permission for this picture, but tell me what's going on in this picture, because you look yoked as fuck.
Damn.
that is the picture of love, man. I fucking hate roller coasters. And my wife got me to get on that stupid damn roller coaster. Didn't tell me shit about it.
Why are your eyes closed?
Because I'm yelling at my wife that she's a motherfucker. I hate roller coasters, dog. Listen,
it's not going to be that bad.
She told me it was like a kiddie ride, man. That ain't no damn kiddie ride.
And you believe her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Berto. You look like cold pizza in that picture, big dog.
I would say I look like slapped ass in that picture, bro. Come on now. Damn. Yeah, no, that's actually one of the things that probably affected me the most after both deployments is I don't like things where I'm not in control.
I feel that.
So this is why I got into autocross. This is why I do track days, all of those kinds of things, because I'm in control of the vehicle. And if the vehicle spins, it's on me.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel that.
But apparently that is definitely a kiddie ride.
That's what Katie said. It's definitely a kiddie ride.
He had two hands on it, bro. He had two hands.
Berto, can you see your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Two hands.
She's talking shit, man. I mean, she's right inside the door. I don't know.
Okay. So
She can
look,
go all the shit she wants.
And you was gripping hard. I mean, your forearms, you had sweat on upper lip sweat. You was grinding hard on that motorcycle.
yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. This guy right here, Lonnie Lochner. I think I knew him when I first met him when he was the SRT NCOIC for 163rd, and then he became an operations sergeant for, I think, 551. I can't remember exactly. There's a lot of deployments, but I think I deployed with him 3 times. That dude right there is the epitome of a legend right there. And I did learn a lot of my abrasiveness from him because, I mean, he had a mouth on him as well, and him and Brandon Hughes and Rich Woodring and Quentin Smith. Those were my leaders, and they were all smart asses as well.
All right. Well, check this out.
And what?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it wasn't about being abrasive, man. It was about being blunt and to the point, right? Like at some time, like when you were going out, like when we were in Tagab, there was no time to be playing fuck games. Shit needed to get done. Radios needed to be hooked up, and ComSec needed to be loaded. Why am I going to pull punches?
Right.
Like, shut the hell up and do your job so that we can all relax. That was always the philosophy. I don't think it was anything about being abrasive. I know that was on your NCOER, but that's not, that's never how I took it.
Yes, sir.
Bro, the military, Berto, I'll tell you, the military sure has changed, bro. Like last of a dying breed, bro. I mean, the Army wouldn't make it with you guys in there now because people would be passing out.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
I'm telling you,
holding up those stretch cards.
I think I'm the last one. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm the last.
Ace White's correct. You
Yeah,
are screwed, bud.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, I'm the last one, I think, to retire out of this whole group. I think I'm out 2 years now, but man, it was just, it was crazy, bro. You'd be surprised now on the culture in the military now and how you raise your voice, bro. You might be articled out the door.
That's right.
Oh my God, I got a story about that
Is
shit.
it really that serious?
Oh, tell it. Let's go.
Oh, dude, we were prepping for, I think it was 05. We were prepping for our deployment. It was in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we all said, you know what? The 6 shop's coming in. We're staying as late as we need to. And we're just going to get everything done and bump everybody, all the other sections. And we had this one kid come down and he's like, hey, I'm gonna need to leave early today. And we're like, no. Like, why do you need to leave early? And he's like, well, I'm a healer and people depend on me. And we're like, what in the fuck are you talking about,
First
bro?
he said we have a raid.
Oh,
He
that's
said,
right.
We got a raid. I'm like, a raid? What are we doing? Like, what's going on?
Right.
And, then-
I didn't get that email, right?
and we're in garrison, like we're at Fort Campbell. So I'm like, a raid? What do you mean a raid? Go ahead.
Right. This Joker was talking about WoW, like World of Warcraft, and we're like, come on now, no.
So he was a healer, and his raiding party needed him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is also the same kid who spent his whole first paycheck and then was crying because we worked with the MPs, so we didn't get a meal card. So he had no money to eat. So we took him door to door to beg for dimes and quarters so he could get some ramen.
Wow.
Damn.
That's wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
Time
We
to
did
say,
some wild shit,
Anyway,
man.
he said, hey, I got a raid. So we all went up and started watching the raid on World of Warcraft because I think, oh, good Lord, I remember that one too.
Oh, that's right.
Let's not mention his name. But so we're another deployment, another mission was coming up during the Iraq deployment, and they needed somebody to go out. And at the time, this is when they were making people that were support MOSs go out with like the combat units, combat patrols and whatnot. So this kid was getting prepped to go out, and I was like, hey, are you a man? You're going to man up and do this? And he literally said, no, I'm a boy.
no,
And
No.
I don't remember if he went on the mission or not, Berto, did he?
Tap him on the
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah. We couldn't find him the next morning. Right. So like he was all snot nose and shit, and he was out back like in the smoke pit talking about this is some bullshit. You better be ready to write the letter to my parents and shit because you're sending me out to die. And then we all wake up. SP was or he had to be at the trucks at like 5:30. We all got up at 5 and we could not find this dude. This dude was sitting next to the front tire of the vehicle waiting for the fucking brief that was like in an hour and a half. And then he goes out, and it was something basic. It wasn't anything major. It was like, I think, sensitive items inventory or something.
Yeah, I think it was like a retransmission or something.
yeah. See, he joined.
No, I was on the retrans.
Yeah,
So
okay.
he was doing sensitive items inventory. He comes back, and all of a sudden, he's like Johnny Big Nuts, and he's like, yo, I want to go out again. When's the next mission? They're like, really? Like 24 hours ago, you were thinking you were about to die, dude. Like, come on.
I mean, Berto, him saying he's not a man in today's military, he might get promoted for that shit, bro.
There you go.
Yeah, you shit.
Yeah,
Hey,
but-
now, bro. He can
But you know what?
identify as a boy
Back,
if he
though, when
wants.
he
You know
comes
what, though,
back,
Al?
you're like, now we got to start writing that letter. You're that much of a badass. We need to figure this out real quick. Hold on. What
But I'll tell you what, Al, you said something that struck a chord. You said that we're the last of a dying breed. But I'll tell you what, every generation that has served talks shit about the generation that's after us.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. I think on the second episode, the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. When these
So what-
guys are in charge, we are holy shit screwed. That's
I mean, do you really believe that, Matt, or is that just like conjecture because we're the old guys that thought we did everything right?
But it happened to me. People said when I
Right.
was going to get there that we were screwed.
That's
We're
true.
saying it right now, and then they're going to say it after that.
They're gonna
and
say it
gonna
afterward.
that.
Right.
But the one thing that you remember is the military has a structure and a way about them that they'll still figure it out and get it done. It's going to be done differently, which
Right.
makes us go, "You guys suck." Right? Like it's different. It's not going to work. It's not going to be good. But at the end of the day, you got kids that they fucking play Call of Duty every day, and they're over there
Yeah, I play
laying
it too.
smoke better than anybody ever could have. And but they're like, "Oh, this is pretty easy." You're like, "What is this?" It's just a different time. But
Right.
they'll be okay. We were.
Yeah, it's a different battlefield, man. It's more electronic, more technical, right? More technological. Like I remember one of the first mission that Ty sent me on, we had moved and jumped to Shindad out west in Afghanistan. And this dude goes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, I need you to go get ComSec tomorrow." I was like, "All right, where am I going?" He's like, "You're gonna go Herat." All right, that's not narrow enough. Where am I going? He's like, "Find the tallest fucking building. There's a shed up there, and go find the E7 names, whatever." And I'm like, "Bro, you're sitting here telling me that we're the most powerful military in the world, and the best instructions you can give me is go find the tallest fucking building with a shed on top? Come on." And no bullshit, it was the best instructions. That was exactly how I found where I needed to go.
Wow.
Of course, it was the best instructions.
Dude,
Right.
Because there was that tall building,
Right.
and there was that shed. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Yo,
was a
Hey,
seven.
and ISAP was running that shit, and the Italians were there, bro. Best damn chow food I ever ate deployed, for sure.
had some what that spaghetti MREs.
So look, check this out. I got a question before we go to break because we got to pay some bills. But my question to you, Berto, was this, and this one's gonna go for everyone. You seem like a pretty muscle guy and everything. I need to know, A or B, who had the better physique? Was it Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno? You only can pick one. Arnold Schwarzenegger at his prime or Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk, at his prime. If you had to choose,
Had to be Arnold, man.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Why?
He was more defined. Like Lou was bulky and he was muscular, but Arnold figured out how to cut it down. I mean, there are moves named after him. There are exercises like the Arnold press.
Arnold press,
right?
baby, right here.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the OG.
I mean,
Now-
he's the Austrian oak, so just the way he moved made his muscles look better, and there was purpose to every movement he did on stage. I'm kind of a geek over Arnold Schwarzenegger, but go ahead.
Did you
Rodo.
see his
Yeah.
glutes? Did you see his glutes? Oh my God.
But what you're saying, Ty, is you like the way he moves?
I like the way he moves. Yeah, hell yeah, don't you?
Hey,
Well, I mean, hey, Al likes watching him walk away. So there you go.
First of all, somebody comment. I want to say this real quick. Josh Morse, you don't call me by my government name. My mama calls me Albert. You call me Daddy. Don't call me Albert. You can call me Poppy, Daddy. Don't call me Albert, okay? Son of a bitch.
So Matt,
What was your MOS, Al?
So
What'd you do?
I was in Navy. I was a CB, and then I went through their CERT program. So I was
Okay.
I did long range engineering reconnaissance with the CBs.
Okay, because you sound like a combo guy.
And I was a door kicker and a fake wrench turner and piece of shit all the way around.
Oh, damn.
Actually, just to give you some context, Berto, like after knowing Al for the amount of time I've known him, it seems like he and I did a lot of the same stuff. Like we would be in a certain place, and then a certain person would be like, "I like that guy. I want to deal with that guy." So whether it be ComSec, whether it be EPWs or whatever it may be, he was always in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And got picked up, snatched up for the.
He said,
You know that I set Ty up for our second deployment without even knowing that I set you up. Do you remember that?
Is that the if you get Ty, I'll go?
Yeah. So
Yeah, go
we
ahead,
got
tell
back
that
fr-
story. That shit's funny.
So we got back 05. Ty was on a baby making run, and so he had to deploy again because he needed to make more money. So he deployed I think it was 3 months later, wasn't it?
Yeah, I deployed in 05 with HHD, came home, stayed home for 3 months, and then deployed again.
Right, with 561, right?
Yeah, right.
So here we are. I'm garrison at this point. I got my, I'm re-upping. I'm going to Germany. I got my orders. Everything's squared away. Sergeant Major comes in probably, I don't know, July. And he's like, "Bro, we need you to deploy, blah, 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 blah." I said, "Listen, I got my orders, man. But if you really want me to deck my orders, you get me Sergeant Cobb." Me and him
Because there
can
was
do this
another
shit
staff
alone.
sergeant at the time. There was another staff sergeant that was in charge of the S6 that was subpar.
Yeah, he didn't make it long. I took that position real
Right.
quick. As an E4, I was a battalion combo chief. So there you go. So Ty, they land. I'm waiting for, at the company. And all of a sudden I see Sergeant Major and the Colonel walking in, and they grab Ty by the scruff and throw him in the office. And I was like,
Take me into my office.
yeah.
Dang.
And I couldn't catch Ty early enough to let him know what was going on. And as it turns out, Ty goes, well, if you get me fight, I'll fucking deploy again. Well, there you go. So next thing you know, we're on our way to Iraq for 15 months.
There you go.
Yeah, they literally came in the office and said, we're trying to put together a dream team. We got one of them 15-month deployments. Who knows what the mission's going to be, but MPs are going to be landowners. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So,
31 units, 3 branches under us.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So we got to pay some bills here real quick, Berto. So stand by for 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, it's that time of the show. Time to pay some bills. So thank you to our sponsors, Got Your Six Culture, veteran-owned T-shirt company. They make custom cornhole sets. Summer's winding down. Go check their website out and buy a set if you want one. Also, they got a lot of other offerings going on. Some clearance shirts on the website. They also have some new designs that are coming out pretty soon. But the biggest part of the website that we want you guys to know about is the nonprofit part of it. So they do co-branded shirts with veteran nonprofits, law enforcement, first responders. 25% of those shirt sales go to those organizations. So if you get a chance, check it out. Grab you some of that merchandise to wear and show that you got everybody six the way that our community and country first responders and veterans do.
Yes, sir.
What you got, Scott?
Oh, for sure. You know, you got to talk about the R&B Realty Group. RT Realty Group. Our brokerage is United Real Estate. We are defined when it comes to your real estate needs. If you're looking to buy, sell, rent, lease a home, R&B Realty Group is your place to be. That's me, my wife, my mother-in-law, and Susie Romizer. We take care of all your real estate needs. So if you're looking to move, if you're looking to sell, buy, whatever, R&B Realty Group is a proud owner to take care of you for that. Oh, this was me too?
He's the next DJ.
Hey, also, if you're hosting a party, if you want a party, you want to get out in the sun, have some fun in the sun, you're trying to do something nice, you want to just kick up, hey, call your man, DJ Real T, that's me. Hey, we can do what we got to do. I am the MC in the place to be, DJ Real T. I take care of all of your DJ needs. We can mix it up. We can tone it down. If you have a private party, stripper party, pool party, corporate party, Halloween party, Easter, Christmas, whatever it is, call DJ Real T and we'll get that thing crack-a-lacking for sure.
And as you guys can see here in Houston on September 11th, Got Your Six is hosting their second annual 9/11 Golf Scramble. This one's it's the biggest event that they do every year. Their whole premise over at Got Your Six is to help veterans and first responders. This year, they're going to be supporting the Project Zero Alliance here in the Houston area. Their mission is to help provide mental health needs for veterans and first responders, take them on getaways, shark fishing, overlanding, so they can get around people that are just like them. And we all in the veteran and first responder community know that the best therapy is to just be around people like you that understand you. So if you're looking to sponsor, we'd love to have you. If you like to play golf, we'd love to have you. And if you suck at golf, we'd love to have you. So
absolutely.
Check out the website. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fellowship. It's going to have some games going on. I heard we're going to have some walk-up music. It's going to be a good time. And we can't wait to see you guys. If you have any questions, just DM us at the Triple Threat Vets Facebook page, and we'll get you all the info that you need.
All right, like we said earlier, we did attend the Friendly Fire Comedy Tour here in Houston. It went off great. It was a great event at the American Legion 564 here in Houston. Drew Hernandez, Raul Sanchez, and Big Al Gonzalez. So big shout out to those guys. They put on a great show for veterans. So we had about 300, maybe 250, 300 veterans in there just laughing their ass off. It was a great night. The last part of this Friendly Fire Comedy Tour is going to be in San Antonio on 29 July. I'm told that this is sold out, but they may have some standing room. So get out there, support us. Alamo Post 2, 3518 Fredericksburg Road. That's in San Antonio, 29 July. Great show.
And then we got our friends over at the Project Zero Alliance, the same great organization that Got Your Six is supporting for their 9/11 golf tourney. As you can see, they got some events coming up. So what I want everybody to know is just because you may live somewhere other than Texas, you can see they go to Colorado to do overlanding trips. They'll go on trail rides. You can be from anywhere. If you're a veteran or first responder, you need some help, you want to get away, you want to get around some people that are just like you to kind of be back into that like community that we're used to being around. Reach out to them, go to their website. All you have to do to qualify is be a veteran or a first responder and get yourself there. After that, these guys with their organization take care of everything, and they'll make sure that you have a great time. And if you just need to get away, that's what they're there to do for you. So,
absolutely. And again, this is on the reading list for this month. I actually watched this guy. He went to the border just to check out what's going on. This is post being a border patrol, post being an Army Ranger. He's just a guy that's a movie in TV shows now. But he actually went to border to check this out. And so with all the issues going on in the country, I just think it's good that this guy is still involved, still putting out the information, putting out correct information that's not PC, correct or anything. He puts out the real stuff that's there. So check out this book, check out Vincent Rocco Vargas on all his social media, and figure out what's the real deal is going on at our borders. So, and then again, this is one of my favorite bands here in the Houston area, the Kaleidoscope Project. They do classic rock. It's always good if veterans can get out and listen to music, go to a comedy show, just go out to eat. It's good to get out, because PTSD is an isolating bitch that wants to keep you away from everything that you do in your life. So get out and do some stuff. Give us a call. We'll go with you. That was the last week's stuff. I do have one more thing. So this is something I want y'all to ponder. So after we had the thing about the groups and duos, I'll bring Berto back in just 1 second. I went and looking at the Billboard roster for their top 20 MCs of all time. So I think we'll talk about this next week, unless y'all got some opinions now. But damn, this list, I've got some issues with it.
My first issue right now, Ty, is number one. Jay-Z is not number one, bro.
Why would he be number one?
He's not.
Who said he's number one?
Billboard,
bro.
Man, chokes.
Scott's got to put his glasses on. He can't see the list.
My DJ said he ain't number one. So get him off the list, Billboard.
Yeah, he's not number one.
All right, there's a little tease. We'll probably talk about this later after we form some opinions about this, but we'll probably do the top 5 MCs of all time next week on the show.
And as always, if you're out there and you're watching right now and you want to have an opinion to weigh in, just send us a DM with your list, and who knows, we may talk about your list and bring it in too.
But
we'll put it on the show and scrutinize the hell out of it.
But are we doing top 20 or are we doing top 5?
No, we'll do top 5.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show Billboard. Man, Billboard must be just going off like commercial success, because the content. No. Ain't there. All right, let's bring Berto back on.
All right, so look, we got Berto back. So since we got Berto back, let's fill him in on the other week while he's here. Berto, your top 5 hip hop groups of all time. Give me your 5. We ain't got to go with a whole bunch of debate. If you don't know too much about hip hop, give me what you know about hip hop.
Shit, are you kidding me? I taught Ty all he knows about hip hop.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Man, all you know is Van Halen, bro. Come on now. All right, so
I also know Van Halen. Boy, you better be glad you're in California. We'd be going at it right now. That's some fighting words.
You mean some wrestling words?
Wrestling.
Number 1 for me is always going to be Tupac. That dude was lyrically, poetically. I mean, I don't think there's anybody better.
No, you're
number 2.
So we're going groups.
Not MC. Yeah, group.
All right.
Group or duo. So Eric B. and Rakim is in the mix. Group or duo.
Okay.
Thanks for foreshadowing your list for next week. We appreciate that.
Yeah. That list is wrong. All right. Number 1 has got to be Run DMC. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Wu-Tang would probably be in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see who else. Salt and Pepper's got to be in there for sure.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
He said salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Not Salt and Pepper.
And Spinderella.
Hey, that's how us white people.
Spinderella cut it up one time.
That's how us white people season our food, bro. Salt and pepper, baby.
That's how I know you ain't white. If you were white, you wouldn't put seasoning in it.
So you got Run DMC, Wu-Tang, then Salt and Pepper.
Yeah. Damn, groups, man. That one's tough because I don't listen to a lot of groups. I don't know that I would throw D12 in there. They were commercial success for a little bit, but I don't know that I would put D12 in there.
Ooh.
Exactly. I'll leave it at those three.
How about NWA?
Well, you know.
What about Tribe Called Quest?
Oh man, see, Tribe Called Quest only had 2 songs for me.
Huh?
Marky
For
Mark and the
me.
Funky Bunch. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Forgot about
See,
that.
now you're really showing you white, bro. Come on now.
Hey,
That's top 5.
shout out to Marky Mark.
He had the best ever.
Wu-Tang Forever.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is Berto frozen for y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
that. Though.
He
You
should be
leave it
frozen.
like that.
He
We're
should be.
frozen.
After
That's a
that-
cool picture, though.
That is.
After that shit, he just
Goody
said
Moby.
he should
Hey,
be frozen.
Spencer Pillows. That's my. You're my Spencer. You're my.
Goody
You're
Ma.
my dude, Spencer. You're my dude. Goody
Listen.
Moby, baby.
The world froze him for that shit he said. He said salt and pepper, man. Salt and pepper, he should be froze. That shit right there, that was the internet gods did that.
Hey, Scott. All he had to say was everybody from all the rap groups from down south are the best. We just do it better. That's what he should have just said.
He said Tribe Called Quest had 2 songs.
For him.
For me.
He had to be
Out-
frozen.
You got to say Outkast. You forgot about Outkast.
Uh-huh.
8-Ball MJG.
Man, we don't want to go over your list again.
Berto was up near Maryland.
I'm
So
trying to get Scott off of it.
Yeah.
when he was in the States, not over in Costa Rica, he lived up near Maryland. So he liked the Maryland groups.
Well, you can take him down till he unfreeze himself. Maybe the world will fix him, and then we can bring him back.
The scoundrels.
That frozen picture, you should just put his top 5 on there and just stamp it right there. That should be a meme.
Well, 4 and 5 is just going to be Doc.
He should have said Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch if that was the case.
Why you hating on Salt and Pepper? They were fine.
They were fine, bro. But you talk about top 5, you're gonna put Salt and Pepper up there. Now, if you said female groups, then maybe they can go up somewhere. But
That's just his opinion.
I know opinions are like onions.
Or like assholes.
I was going to say asshole. Thank you, Berto.
What is onions? What, like layers? Like
Yeah,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Your eyes will start to water the more and more you peel it back.
All right. So here's I know it took us a while to get here, Berto, but
All right.
so here's what I want to know. So knowing yourself now, what is the most work you had to do in your transition psychologically? You know, maybe some bad habits you had formed, some bad thought processes that kind of exacerbated any type of depression or whatever. Because for me, I know that our phone calls are like therapy sessions, but you know, that's just because we're brothers. But you know, what did you have to do professionally speaking in order to have a good transition?
I had to learn to use accurate language when describing things.
Okay.
We in the military are taught to use very extreme language to describe a minor situation to then give people a sense of urgency to get things done. And the civilian sector, it don't work that way. I can't just sit and, you know, tell a coworker you're a piece of shit, I need you to go do something, and then go get a beer with them at 5 o'clock.
That's true.
Right? I remember you and I arguing because you wanted me to drive the Commander around. I was like, bro, I ain't got an up armor license. And he's like, it's a fucking Humvee. I'm like, it's up armor. I'm not licensed on it.
Bro, you know I didn't have enough points to join the army. You want to take the rest I got?
Right. So,
Man, you
know,
heard of the E4 Mafia? Berto was the freaking Don Dada of the E4 Mafia.
He looks like the Don Dada.
So yeah, so I think that was one of those things. The other thing is I needed to find something that created camaraderie, right? So that's, I think, what I was searching for. I mean, when I was in college, I was a member of like 13 organizations. So I stayed busy, and I didn't realize at the time that I was trying to stay busy because I was avoiding dealing with shit, right? And could I identify what in mental health is called an index trauma? No. What I could identify was various events that had happened that compounded the effects, right? Like, you know, we were talking about one of our old master sergeants. I remember him coming into one of the, slamming the door in his shop and we shared a C hut, and he was like, I can't believe I'm an MP unit. I can't find a gunner. I was like, well, I'm certified in everything. So what do you need? Next thing you know, we're going outside the wire. We're going to God. We're doing all these, crazy things. And I was a commo guy, right? Like my job was to, use commo grease and load radios with ComSec and shit. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't supposed to be kicking down doors and, doing shit in the field, right?
I'm supposed to be getting shot at in the middle of the Tagab Valley, right?
Right. Well, yeah, that one was kind of hairy. We had 2 RPGs that went over the schoolhouse, and then we were in about an hour and a half to 2 hour firefight, and then we had to pull security, for 100% for the rest of the morning. But yeah, I think using accurate language, finding activities that gave me a sense of purpose and a sense of camaraderie, and this is ultimately why I stuck around with autocross for as long as I have. I've been autocrossing now for 6 years. So that's the circle back to what you were referring to, Ty, with the cars. Like, I was able to buy a Civic Type R, rare car, autocrossed it for 5 years. And now I upgraded or downgraded, depending on how you look at it, for a BMW M Roadster 06. It's the last S54 engine. So like it's those kinds of things, right? Like you go to these events and people are willing to coach you and people are willing to just chat with you just because you see something that's cool, versus like my days when I was drag racing, nobody wanted to show you jack, right? Like it was like, you want to find out what I got under the hood? Put $1,500 down. Let's go. And that's just not how autocross works, right? It's more of a camaraderie. We want people to get better so that it's more competitive. Right. And those are the things that, those are the 2 big things that I would say to anybody. One, you need to, we do a great job in the military. I don't know about you guys' experience, but we do a great job of ramping up and getting ready to deploy. What we do a shitty job of is ramping down. True. Right? So you're going to tell me that the ramp down procedure is, hey guys, we just got back. For the next 7 days, you can't fucking drink, you can't drive. I don't know one soldier who did not drink or drive, and potentially doing the both at the same time.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's we've talked about that too before, but like the military is very, very good at preparing you to do your job.
That's true.
Amazing. Right. There's no other organization that will prepare you to do what you need to do like the military does. But what they forget is that one day you're not going to be in here. So there is a question out here that we just had. Joshua Morris said, what can someone do to prepare for the afterlife, aka not the military, before they leave? What kind of, I know that you just described some things you had to learn, but if you had to give anybody advice today on what they needed to do or what they could do to come out and be ready to go into the jungle of Jurassic Park, what would you give to them?
Honestly, the way the system is set up with ACAP, and I think even the Army changed it to TAPS now, that program is garbage, because at the end of the day, mission dictates, right? And guess what? Every time that you have an appointment at ACAP or TAPS, mission is going to take priority. All of a sudden, you got a sensitive items inventory. All of a sudden, you got to do this. You got to, like, you don't get a good amount of time to transition. And by the way, let's not forget that the transition is supposed to start a year out. Everybody forgets that. Everybody thinks it's the last 30 days. Yeah. You're supposed to have 365 days to transition out, prep your resume, do all those kinds of things. The big thing is if you're looking for employment, take your resume to a resume writer. I'm going to tell you right now, as somebody who hires people and fires people, I don't give a flying rat's ass that you manage $20 million worth of equipment. That does not tell me that you are good at your job. It tells me that you can count. And that's phenomenal. That's awesome.
But that's a good point, because every one of the resumes that we'll read from veterans is written like your performance evaluation, because what matters in the military is saving money. That's right. Save money. But what you never write about is the result of all the things you did. So a resume should really speak volumes to that. So that's a good point you made. Like, I don't care how much money you say. It's funny because some of us, like Al and I, both do talent acquisition too. So like reading resumes every day, I can point the veteran out 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
Great. And it's a whole bunch of evals words, right? Evaluations, resulting in the increased performance and efficiency. Like, they're putting so many adjectives into the resume. You're like, dude, just say that you went to work while you were there. I mean, that's really what you're saying, So yeah.
To answer that question that just was on screen, I think what can really be helpful is asking the veteran what it is that they need support with. I think, it's we're the experts on ourselves. Only we know what we've been through and what we can handle and what we can manage. And a lot of times, it's not that we need space, but we need a safe place to express ourselves and to be able to manage it, right? And so I've been very fortunate with all the leaders that I've worked with who have supervised me all the way up until now. I've always had that safe place, and I could always talk like a veteran, never had to really worry about, oh my God, I just said motherfucker with my supervisor, I'm going to get fired, right? I always had that safe place. And I think that's the key, providing that safe place for that veteran to process, talk about, bitch, whatever it is they need to do to get ready to do the actual mission. Yeah. Now, I will tell you, one of the lessons that I learned in school is this thing called the feminine perspective, which, oh my God, it is revolutionary when you start putting things in this context. So here's what the crazy thing is. The masculine perspective is we don't care how the mission gets done. What we care about is the mission got done. The woman's perspective or the female perspective is the how is equally as important as getting the mission done. Right? And in the civilian sector, we need to be caring about collateral damage of our anger outburst or our moods and those kinds of things where, praising somebody and telling them, hey, you did a good job. I really do appreciate that. That's much different than giving somebody a good game and say, hey, I'll buy you a beer this weekend. Right? Same message, but delivered in a much different environment. I think we as veterans also need to be adaptable to the work culture. We're going from one style of work culture that's very rough, very roughneck, right? Cursing is like, hell, we can use fuck in a sentence and only use that word and never, and everybody knows what you're saying. That's the crazy part, right?
Yeah.
But in the civilian sector, when you need to express yourself, right, especially when you're frustrated or stressed and you're dealing with high-ranking people, you can't go, hey, this fucking fuck over here is fucking up, right? Like, you just cannot do that. That's not how the professional arena works.
Yeah.
So toning down the language a little bit can be very helpful. But again, for the employer, it's, providing that safe space for the veteran to do what they need to do to accomplish the mission.
Good. Hey, before I gotta address two things real quick because I know we're running short for time. One, shouts out to my man Joseph Williamson. That's Master Chief Joseph Williamson. That's who I went across with in my chief when I got selected. We got selected together. So shouts out to my man Master Chief now, Joseph Williamson.
All right.
The other thing is, so my sister say about your comment of your top five, she say, hey, why they can't be top five? Because they're female. That's sexist, bro. No, it's not. I'm just keeping it 1,000 wow. And the reason why I say that is because when we say top of all time, and you say that, give me, just real quick, since you said it, give me your best salt and pepper lyric, 4 bars.
Oh, shit.
I'll wait, because you said of all time. So people want to say
stop. I don't want to say nothing.
No. They want to say the sexist thing. Oh, that's sexist because there can't be top 5 because they're female. Nope. And that's my sister's voice. I love my sister. My sister know I love her more than hot wings. But you got to give me your top 4 bars of salt and pepper, and I'll wait. Then I'll say, okay, you know what? I was wrong. But until then, we going.
Well, you're going to be waiting for a while because, trauma affects the memory. PTSD affects the memory, bro.
You're going to be waiting for a long time. Here's the other sad truth. Male rappers make more money.
I wasn't even going to go there. But I'm trying to think of a bar from Salt and Pepper. So let me see. Ooh, push it good. Done. Hey, you over there, why don't you give me a kiss? I know you. What do you say? Hey, you over
better
there.
make it fast, or else I'm gonna get.
Or else I'm gonna get pissed. Can't you feel the music pumping hard like I wish it would? Now push it. Push it.
All right,
What's wrong with that?
So hold on. So if you're gonna talk so much trash, how you know all the lyrics?
Yeah, how you know all the lyrics, Scott?
If they ain't that good, how you know all the lyrics?
I'm a DJ.
How do you know all the lyrics?
I'm a DJ. There's not too many songs that I'm not going to know the lyrics to. But when I'm telling, I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, and add 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. But it'll take 7 more before I go for mine, and that's 21 MCs lit up at the same time. Come on,
21.
man. Now that's some bars. Hey, you over there, why don't you give me a kiss? You better make it fast, or else I'm going to get pissed.
Consider also the type of music and the type of people that you're going to be around, right?
Can't you feel the
One,
music?
you talk about hanging out with all dudes. You talk about Salt and Pepper. You hanging out with the females, bro.
Can't you feel the music pumping hard? Like I wish you would. Now push it.
I will later.
Push it real.
Hey, so let me get back to this question because I want to make sure we answer this question from the clinical perspective.
Mm-hmm.
When should you start planning your next steps? He has Josh Morris has 2 years and 11 months. When should someone start talking to other people? Now, Josh, are you talking about for like therapy? Are you talking about for like changing your career to get a job?
I mean, you should look at both of those almost simultaneously to try to figure out what you're going to do for the next step, right? Like it takes time to get there. You need to prepare yourself. I mean, what I would do is I would reach out if you're looking for retirement. Yeah, I would reach out to guys that you served with that have already retired.
Hey, you know he's going to call? He's going to call Big Daddy
Ask
Al.
them what their shortfalls are. Ask them what they struggled with. Ask them the things that they struggled with in job interviews, right? Like Berto was talking about it. Should I put like that I was the #1 chief of 500 in my resume? Like nobody cares about that anymore. What they care about is that you can do the job. So the earlier you can talk to people that are already on this side of the fence, the best you're going to be prepared to go to that side of the fence. And here's the other thing. If you know a lot of guys that work in different industries and you really want to land a job, go find somebody that's doing something that can help you, because just like the Navy, the Army, the Marines, all the services, if you know the right person, then you'll find what you're looking for. So, reach out to the veterans that are already out there. They're everywhere. You just got to find people that you can ask questions to. That's what I would say.
Right.
I mean, that's absolutely the point of the Triple Threat Vet Platoon, because I want all the listeners to be a network for people that are transitioning. So we're going to have people like Berto on that can wax poetic about this, this MOS. I mean, that's the whole reason I wanted different cultures. I wanted different perspectives. I wanted different military people on this podcast so that we can cast a very wide net. And if anybody's got a question that listens, to the Triple Threat Vet Platoon, then we'll be able to answer those questions. And I do think that's the most important part. Get with some people that did that and then got out and have been out 5-6 years. I mean, think about this. I had one of my most revered hero sergeant majors that was getting out of the Army. I'm not going to say who his name was, but he actually called me and asked, in effect, what's it like out there? And then my wife was going to help him with his resume. This dude could probably say his name and get a job, but he was still thinking about that because, he was a sergeant major. That's what he gets paid to think all those good thoughts. But go ahead, Berto.
Right. So the other thing that I would say is start building your resume now and look at the KSAs, knowledge, skills, and abilities that are posted on all job postings. And you're going to custom tailor that resume to meet those requirements. That is the best advice I can give you, right? The resume is going to get you in the door. You need to be able to sell it. And one of the ironic things is we're taught, right, as service members that we need to be humble, right? So when people tell you good job, most of us will say, oh, I'm just doing my job. Thank you. That's the wrong fucking answer. You're discounting what that person is saying to you, right? You should be grateful that person took time out of their day to pay you a compliment. So with resumes, man, it's all about the KSAs. It should be a living document. You should be updating it every time that there is a new change in your career, whether it's a new position, whether it's additional responsibilities. Your resume should always be ready.
Absolutely. No, that's great. So, hey, Scott, you see that your sister's over here Googling lyrics right now, right?
Yeah. She probably not. Hey, my sister's going to be on it. I'm going to tell you right now. She's going to be on it. Red going to be on it. Yeah, for sure. But
so I think it is a good point, though, to jump out and somebody put in, Lonnie Lershner get yourself into the community out in public too, right?
Yeah.
Start to go to events that are not veteran focused. You don't have to
Right.
be with the command events no more. You don't have to be around all the people in the military anymore.
Yeah.
Start to go things that are in the community and start to get uncomfortable where you have a space to go to the next week to go to work to figure out like, okay, this is how we're going to be here. Because once you're out, then that's when you're going to feel like you're on an island. So the better you can prepare yourself, the better that's going to be.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah. And many of us tend to isolate because we feel we're not comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? So the best words that I ever heard during a deployment was in 2005, our chaplain. I didn't understand them then, but now it is very clear to me. By deploying, you just made the abnormal normal. When you come back stateside, the normal is now abnormal, right? So when you're deployed, that high stress, hypervigilance, all of that, right? You're operating at such a high level of anxiety and stress that when you get back stateside, now all of a sudden your spouse is paying for all the bills, right? She's managing the house, and like, all of a sudden you want to come in like King Big Dick and fucking take over the house. And guess what? You're just going to fuck up her system, and that's going to create more issues between you guys, right? So understanding that what is normal is now abnormal to you because you have deployed, right? It's never going to be the same. When I drove from Tennessee to California for my current job, my wife highlighted that I was moving, changing lanes and underpasses, and she couldn't understand why, right? I still catch myself doing 5s and 25s, even though I know I'm safe, right? Hell, the other day, I bullshit you not, I was having some kind of night terror, and I reached for my M4 that would always sleep to my left, right? For no reason. It was just an automatic behavior. Like I woke up, I was startled, I reached for it, and then it took me about 5-6 seconds to realize, oh shit, I'm in bed. Like I'm good, right? But it still happens, right? In mental health, we call these automatic behaviors. We've done these behaviors so much that you don't even think about it, right? And so that's one of those things, right? Like yelling at people and driving aggressively and all that shit. Yeah, we did that shit downrange, and that was fun. We would hit cars to get them out of our way, right? But you're not going to be able to do that because somebody cut you off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. You should drive around Houston a little bit.
Or Berto, if you give me one of them free cars you was talking about earlier, I could do that shit in Florida. You give me one of them free cars, bro.
Hey, Berto, I really appreciate you coming on the show. I'm sure you're going to be a friend of the show. We're going to probably have to call you in for therapy sessions every now and then ourselves. But I mean, I learned something from this guy. Like I said, we had a very unique friendship. I was the NCOIC. I was in charge of him for most, in charge of him, quote unquote. But I knew this guy was more than just one of my soldiers. He was literally my best friend at Fort Campbell, probably in the military, as a whole. So we had a very unconventional relationship, and it was. Don't get excited out.
You moved in.
Right, exactly. So listen. I lived with him in my transition between Fort Campbell and White Sands. So yeah.
And Ty moved in, his wife, now wife, right? And I'll never forget, man. It took about 17 coats of paint to fix the bathroom that she painted doo-doo brown, bro. 17 coats. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. She painted. Look, I think she was out of work, right? She was out of work or something.
Yeah, we were testing your house, all the accent walls that we knew we wanted to put in a condo in Las Cruces. So we were testing that shit out on your house just to see if we liked it.
Yeah. Obviously, you never went with doo-doo brown in the bathroom, neither.
No.
That shit
we
took
got forever for that though. This house had that in one of the bedrooms. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on. I remember a conversation we had in 2005 where you said that I was aware of myself, and from a very early time, I was, in Kosovo in 2001. I realized that there's going to be a lot of traumatic events that are going to happen for this career that I'm about to undertake. So I was never the guy that would call it a stigma, I guess, to talk about yourself. I used to require that my guys, after we came back from a deployment, made that right turn and go talk to the guy behind the curtain, talk to the wizard a little bit, because not only just deploying with me, but also the environment that I realize now that I created was an extremely intense environment because I pushed people's buttons because I deployed so many times that I wanted to know exactly where their breaking point was. And what Berto has helped me realize from the time I knew him until now, or time I first met him until now, our relationship has kind of grown into where at the beginning I was, his mentor in a way. And then now this dude is literally helping me with, my rage, or helping me understand exactly what he's talking about. All these things he talks about when he's in that crazy ass traffic in San Francisco, we're on the phone, and he's guiding me through this stuff. So Berto, I can't thank you enough for coming on. And then do you have anything to say there before we pop out of here?
I would rephrase what you just said. I think you created an environment of excellence, and anything beneath that was not a good job, right? We needed to be on top of everything. And both deployments, we deployed with very short staffed. Our MTO was 10 staff, and our Afghanistan, we deployed with 5, right? And if you take away the SIGO, which we likely will, that leaves 4.
And the other guy, that didn't do any work either, so it left.
It left us there. And then when we got to Iraq, that was a whole different environment, and it was like we needed to step up. And command decisions are not always the best, man. And we fought tooth and nail with our chain of command, but they respected us. They knew that we were good at our job, and that made the difference, right? There were so many things that we went through where XO stepped in, right? Other companies messed up, and I'm cussing out their commander and first sergeant, and all of a sudden, right, my sergeant major and my commander are praising me because I did the right thing, right? It's all of those things combined, right? I look back at our career, and particularly mine. I had a very non-traditional career, right? I came in at 27 as an E1, worked my way up to an E4. As an E4, I took over a battalion commo shop. Right? Like who does that as an E4 in an E7, E8 slot? Nobody. Well, yeah. But that's why we both got suckered into going to the Iraq deployment.
I wanted to be like you. I was very competitive. Once you did that the first time, I was like, okay, I'm about to come back and do this as well.
Right.
that goes back to a true example of got your 6, right?
Right.
You guys had each other's 6 the whole time, and the same flag, same oath. The whole thing goes, it all comes aligned. Alberto, man, I want to appreciate you for coming out and giving us those words of wisdom, man, those bullets that we can take. Appreciate you, man. I know you froze up on the screen, but we
should have said salt and pepper, bro.
Should have said salt and pepper.
Should have said that shit.
I can't help what happens for that. I know I gave you some shit, but you my man. I appreciate you coming out.
All right, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. This is amazing. I'm very surprised that I was the first one on. So appreciate you guys.
Shouts out to Red and Mariah. I love y'all. This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. Your man Matt J, your man Al. Don't call him Albert or you get your ass kicked. Hero. My man Ty Cobb, my guest Berto, and I am DJ Royalty, and we are the Triple Threat Vets. I want to see y'all next week. Tune in, be ready, because we're coming for you. Triple Threat Vets.